Alnaschar and the Oxen by Rudyard Kipling. Read for LibriVox.org by Malcolm Fisher of Dover, England. Alnaschar and the Oxen. There's a pasture in a valley where the hanging woods divide, and a herd lies down and ruminates in peace, where the pheasant rules the nooning, and the owl the twilight tide, and the war cries of our world die out and cease. Here I cast aside the burden that each weary weekday brings, and delivered from the shadows I pursue. On peaceful, postless Sabbaths I consider weighty things, such as Sussex cattle feeding on the dew. At the gate beside the river, where the trouty shallows brawl, I know the pride that Lobengula felt when he bade the bars be lowered of the royal cattle corral, and 15 miles of oxen took the veldt. From the walls of Bulawayo in unbroken file they came, to where the Mount of Council cuts the blue. I have only 26, but the principle's the same, with my Sussex cattle feeding in the dew. To a luscious sound of tearing, where the clovered herbage rips, level-backed and level-bellied watch 'em move. See those shoulders, guess that heart-girth, praise those loins, admire those hips, and the tail set low for flesh to make above. Count the broad unblemished muzzles, test the kindly mellow skin, and, where yon heifer lifts her head at call, mark the bosom's just abundance 'neath the gay and clean-cut chin, and those eyes of Juno overlooking all. Here is colour, form and substance, I will put it to the proof, and next season in my lodges shall be born some very bull of Mithras, flawless from his agate hoof, and to his even branching ivory dust-tip horn. He shall mate with block-square virgins, kings shall seek him like in vain. I will multiply his stock 1,000-fold, till a hungry world extols me, builder of a lofty strain that turns one standard ton at 2 years old. There's a valley under Oakwood, where a man may dream his dream, in the milky breath of cattle laid at ease, till the moon o'ertops the alders, and her image chills the stream, and the river mist runs silver round their knees. Now the footpaths fade and vanish, now the ferny clumps deceive, now the hedge-rowed folk possess the fields anew, now the herd is lost in darkness, and I bless them as I leave my Sussex cattle feeding in the dew. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Anvil, a poem by Rudyard Kipling concerning the Norman conquest of 1066, and read by Malcolm Fisher of Dover, England, for LibriVox.org. The Anvil. England's on the anvil, hear the hammers ring, clanging from the Severn to the Tyne. Never was a blacksmith like our Norman king, England's being hammered, hammered, hammered into line. England's on the anvil, heavy are the blows, but the work will be a marvel when it's done. Little bits of kingdoms cannot stand against their foes, England's being hammered, hammered, hammered into one. There shall be one people, it shall serve one Lord, neither priest nor baron shall escape. It shall have one speech and law, soul and strength and sword, England's being hammered, hammered, hammered into shape. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Clancy of the Overflow by Andrew Barton Banjo Person. Read for LibriVox.org by Gwen O'Brien. www.glennobrien.net
Sample complete. Ready to continue?